It's really important that we work with other London boroughs, inner and outer London, the different types of economy, the different places that people live and the different challenges, the complexity of a city like London face. My name's Philip Glanville. I'm the elected Mayor of Hackney and I'm also Chair of the Transport and Environment Committee at London Councils, which leads on our climate change work. I think we've been really committed to circular economy for a number of years. We've never sort of let up on the impact it can have on climate change, but also reducing consumption. So we have a campaign called Zero Waste Hackney, which is directed towards residents to think about how they can reduce their waste. Some of those interventions are how they reuse their clothes and materials. We have repair sessions, we have reuse sessions. We've also invested in the Library of Things here.
So Library of Things is a place where you can borrow useful things that you don't really need to buy or own. So lots of the stuff in our house and cupboards we use for a few minutes each year. So you can borrow things for cleaning, DIY, gardening, and it just costs a few pounds a day to rent it rather than buy. But we're also building a community of people who want to share skills with their neighbours to help them learn how to do practical tasks around their house or mending and repair as well. So Library of Things started as a grassroots community movement in West Norwood. It's existed organically around and we were inspired by tool libraries in Toronto and Berlin and places like that. But we saw how neighbours really kind of embraced it as a project and an asset for the community. So we found a permanent home in Crystal Palace, and then from there was so much interest from other communities. We set up as a social enterprise to help other people bring a Library of Things to their neighbourhood too. So we're now open in 11 locations across London and there's lots more on the way.
Hi, my name's Wayne Hubbard. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of London, which is a partnership of the Mayor of London and London's boroughs, and we're on a mission to revolutionise our relationship with stuff. What worries me is that the current cost of living crisis, coupled with recovery from COVID and the economic problems that's created, might mean that it's easier to have a more blanket approach to supporting businesses rather than to target and support circular businesses. And we think it's really important to support circular business, but it seems to me good economic sense to support businesses that exhibit characteristics that reduce the need on extended supply chains, or that make the most efficient use of materials, or that redistribute stuff in a way that helps people who don't have access to certain resources, or that reduce the need for landfilling of food that creates greenhouse gas emissions from landfill. All of these things seem to me to be completely rational and sensible solutions. And London is a really great place to do this work because we're blessed with a really active community of startups and entrepreneurs.
From an environmental perspective, businesses like Library of Things and projects are really important in the transition to a circular economy. So it helps both in the sense that we're reducing waste because by sharing it affects demand, like less things need to be produced in the first place because we're sharing things. But then also because we repair and mend all of our things, we have a thing technician who helps to keep things alive. That reduces things from going to landfill too. And of people who borrow, I think it's like 60% of people say that they're more likely to repair or reuse. So it's a really great way into getting people to think about how they can live more sustainably.
I think we're seeing Hackney residents really think about what they use and why, and their contribution to climate change and unnecessary waste. It's really important that we work with other London boroughs, inner and outer London, the different types of economy, the different places that people live and the different challenges, the complexity of a city like London face. So we've got 4 work streams underneath looking at the biggest contributions to waste and consumption-based emissions in the capital. So we've got Hackney leading on food waste, which is really important in reducing consumption, but also a more equitable food system in the capital. We've got Wandsworth looking at textiles, we've got Hammersmith and Fulham looking at electricals, and we've got Richmond looking at plastics. And the most important thing is the collaborative effect that we can look at with London boroughs working together in new ways, innovating, working with citizens, working with business, working with the GLA, working with organisations like London to come up with those solutions that are actually going to work.
The circular economy is a massive economic opportunity for London. We did a report recently that identified that by 2030, if we follow the Mayor of London's London Environment Strategy for waste, by 2030 we will have 500,000 people working in jobs around the circular economy, both direct, indirect and core jobs.
We've seen with the London report and the work that London councils are doing that the circular economy and the skills that are going to be needed across London, and especially in boroughs like Hackney, to see that economy grow and reach its potential, have a huge contribution to London's economic growth and that just transition. So the potential by 2030, as we make that journey to net zero, of seeing almost 300,000 new jobs created